No, now I know, and I just friended you, so now you can send me messages and I'll get things. So do you want to just meet in French headquarters right now and discuss things for the next 4 hours?
Yeah, yeah. And then when you guys come back, we can say we don't have time to play.
Yes, that's exactly what we'll do.
This is our strategy is we're gonna say
No, you
just
won't.
try
No, you won't, because after
what?
one more week of that, I'm out of here.
Then we win. Okay.
No, Eric takes over.
All right.
All right, guys, head on down. All right. Well, Albert, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Good. So I'll be seeing Jim Soto tomorrow, and so it sounds like he's got stuff more or less scheduled um, for Consim there in Dallas. So he and Dennis are going to be there. David Plock let me know that he's interested in play testing the game,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're interested in play testing the game.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I
So we
chatted a little
have
bit
four
with
people.
yeah. So
We have
four
at least one game.
yeah so 4 people is fine, and if they get another one or they get another couple of people, that's fine. Michael, I chatted a little bit with Michael to find out if he wanted to play or if he'd found a game yet that he wanted to play, because he said he might be interested in checking out one of the games I've been doing the video on, that newer Albarera game. So
Hmm.
I figure I'll bring it, and if he and I have a little bit of time, maybe we'll play that for part of a day or something like that.
Hmm.
Because it sounded like he was, as he said, negotiating to try to find or coordinate some games. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
so
I don't see that they have a list of attendees, or they
yeah, they
haven't
they
not put
haven't
up
posted
these
anything
signups
yet.
yet.
Yeah, they haven't posted any sign up
Yeah.
stuff yet. I think
It's
that'll
pretty
probably
hard
come
to
later this month.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do anything till you see that.
Yeah.
Um, okay. All right. Well, I don't know whether my friend John Woutris is going to come or not, and I'm not sure. I think my friend Dick Whitaker from Civil War is going to come.
Well, that would be good. He
Uh,
normally comes out to Tempe, doesn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
So if he does that, I'm still playing Labatt.
Okay.
Uh, but if but certainly we'll certainly have a. I think we're going to have another party. We may not have as big a group as we did last time, but we'll see what happens. Who
Yeah,
signs up and
that was
whatever.
nice. I it was certainly nice getting to know a lot of the people and socializing. So
Yeah,
that was nice.
we may. Yeah, we may be able to. Uh, Paul is not coming, right?
Yeah,
And
he's out, I guess, touring DC and the East Coast,
Tom,
like a family history tour kind of thing. Because he's got some kids that are like in high school or junior high.
they're like going to starting to college. So there's a.
Yeah, I don't
He,
know.
I think he's got a wide stretch of them. I
Oh,
think
okay,
he's.
yeah,
I've met his two sons who were down in Austin. I met him. Oh yeah, we met him in Austin because we all went to the Kansas Texas game last year.
okay.
So met them down there. So well, let's see. Here we are. We've got our. Um, I don't think we have to talk about much strategy here.
No, I think they were plotting and planning a bunch of cavalry charges against the
Mhm.
Austrians.
Well, I guess they're going to come after, but it sounded like they weren't coming after me. They were coming after you. It
Yeah, yeah,
sounded
yeah,
like.
yeah. That's it. Looks like that's where they're going to go. I mean, I've got a okay position. We'll see how the Austrians hold up to a cavalry charge.
I I don't
Um,
think they would. If I was them, I would tell them not to do it because you've got. It doesn't look good for them to me. But well, hey, maybe they've got a plan I don't understand.
yeah, well, I mean, what we can do is we've got that cavalry that's coming on this turn as a reinforcements. You've got them
Hmm.
all up there. So you just want to start bringing them down towards the center of the map, right there into that area between Aspern and Essling. This area here, we kind of have this higher elevation. And then these other reinforcements that are coming down the line.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's necessary. I know that's where they were historically, but I'm not sure the rationale for why that would be good to a good place to have them.
Well,
Say,
the question is, with the given the terrain, right, where we've got these two villages. Obviously, the cavalry can't really operate within the villages.
well, they can't operate across that ditch very well either.
It's not a ditch. It's like a raised road. So this area here is not a ditch. This is all a raised road.
So it's easy for the cavalry to go through.
Yeah, it's just going up a slope and down a slope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a sunken road like what we see in like the Low Countries.
Okay, well, I thought
or
it was
Dresden.
a sunken road.
Nope, it's not a sunken road. It's a
It
raised
would
road.
be very easy to be a real barrier for cavalry.
No, it's just a raised road. So we can charge over that.
Well,
And
then
then
that makes sense because it opens up double the flanks on each one of the
oh yeah,
on the cities.
yeah, and so
As
that's
opposed to if you were on the sides, you would only be opening up the flank of one city
correct.
potentially.
Correct.
Oh.
So I mean, we can work some stuff around sort of the sort of southeast of Essling, where there's that open country. We
Yeah.
can't really use any cavalry over on the southern side of southwestern side of Aspern, just because you've got the swamps and everything else there. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
conducive to a lot of cavalry stuff. So, but yeah, we'll just bring stuff down as quick as we can, and then he'll have to turn to deal with it if he tries to use his cavalry then to attack the Austrian units that are coming down from where are they up at Kagan. Then we'll have stuff to counteract him.
Right.
He'll get hit in the flank
Okay.
or whatever. So
Yeah. Okay. Whatever cavalry he has left after he charges these 8 increment hussars or chasseurs against your mammoth light cavalry over here.
yeah, it is nice to have, and the cavalry's all pretty good. I mean, it's there is, they're not as good as some of the Prussian stuff in 1806, but pretty decent for the most part. So
Who's doing that?
that's
That
them.
red-
I'm not pinging. That's
No.
them over there
Yeah.
pinging. So
There.
they must be
Right.
plotting and planning.
Okay. Okay, are you in, tell Jim that if he's going to keep the the name of the game a secret right until the time we show up at the event, it doesn't really help the playtesting at all because the playtesters don't know anything about the battle. They don't have any chance to study the battle at all.
I think they'll
think it's
they'll
great.
let you guys know because they normally, send you the rules and the scenario stuff and whatnot as well. And so, at least
So one
what
thing
Jim,
Really frustrates
told
about
me,
those guys.
yeah, well, at least what Jim told me last week was that it looked like by early March they'd have a map and some counters and one of the preliminary scenarios that he and I would start playtesting here in Southern California. And
Yeah, well,
then
we
there.
already know what it is. Why? I mean, I could read a book about it or something like that. I don't know. Tell Jim that it's very frustrating the way they
I
approach
will when I see him tomorrow. I
approach
will.
the way they approach development is they don't help let the playtesters know anything until the last minute, and the playtesters therefore don't give it a very good playtest.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I will see him tomorrow, and I'll let him. I'll
You
encourage
know.
him to at least share with you the situation, so at least you can read up on the battle.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you.
and because it's one that I'm not very familiar with personally myself. So I've started to do a little bit of research on it as well for the same reason.
Yeah.
So,
Well.
all right, let's give these boys a poke and tell them it's time to start to play the game.
Bring your other.
Hey guys, it's time to start playing the game. So
No, we're still talking.
now, come on, you, if we were really at the, playing it live, we'd say, okay, we'd start throwing things at you. So come on, let's go. I gave him a little bit of a poke. Don't know how happy they were about it, but c'est la vie.
Yeah. If they press me too hard, I'll opt out of the game and go do my wilderness game.
All right, now are you working on play
Threaten 'em.
testing that?
No, I'm not going to play test that at the. That would be my other alternative, and it's a tempting alternative, but I'm not planning on it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I will encourage him to write you a note, so that way you can at least start to read up on the subject and become more literate about
Yeah.
the engagement. So yeah, it definitely does help to have some more knowledge about it. With a lot
Sure.
of the different play tests that I've done, I know something about the historical stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm more
Well, we're all
concerned in
on.
like the balance of the game and kind of how the
Mhm.
scenario mechanics work. So, all right, gentlemen.
We're back.
Well, good. I printed out another handy dandy copy of my uh, sequence of play cards for the Premier Rules. So, it's the French. It's the start of the 120 turn. It is the French turn charge declaration phase.
Okay. I have 2 stacks of this charge.
2 stacks of charges. So grab a charge marker or generate a charge marker. Mark all units or stacks that will be conducting the charge. Select each unit or stack and conduct charge movement. Count allowed movement points as they are expended. When cavalry come within 2 hexes of enemy units, active player must state if they are targets of the charge. If passed over, they cannot be targeted by the cavalry in this phase again. By that cavalry. All right.
By anybody.
Yes. They're in the bubble. Oh no, that's a different rule set.
Wait, that's a different rule set. Okay, where do I find the charge counters?
So they should be up
Go
in the same
Up to
spot
the black
where the
poo.
Plus Grand
disorder.
disorder marker.
Just right click on them, and under unit that says charge. I just did it for you.
Yeah, you can also just go to formations or whatnot.
Command radius, about face, rotate, delete, change label.
Oh, you have
Oh.
charge markers on there right now.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. How did you do that? Where's
I
that?
right clicked on a unit. Under unit,
Oh.
there's charge.
Oh, so you can't do that on the leader. It won't bring.
No,
Right.
no. The
I don't know.
leader.
You have to do it in a unit itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
The more crappy programming by whoever did this. Okay. All right. So yeah, those are our 2 charges.
Okay, so now you would go ahead and select the unit or stack and conduct charge movement, counting aloud the movement points as you expend them.
Okay.
Get your coconuts out.
So, I'll just I'll just use the charge counter for now.
That sounds good.
Good idea.
Okay. Un, deux, trois, quatorze, cinq. And I can't remember past that in French.
Thank goodness.
You're at 5.
Cinq. Okay, I'll do it in Turkish from now on then.
No, not yet. One more.
Oh, one? No.
Yes, one more.
No.
You
Okay, if you want to. Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6,
7, 8.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Now, you're within 2 of a unit. Are you charging any of the units that you're within 2 of?
Yes, I am.
Okay, who are you charging?
Well, I won't tell you until I get to 1.
No. You have to tell me when you get within 2.
I know, I'm just joking. You're truly yours.
Oh, these guys here?
Your Grenz.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you move adjacent. Good. And then I can withdraw into general order terrain here.
Correct.
So I can go ahead and do that. Okay, and then you move adjacent.
Before they move, okay, and before they move away.
Before who moves away?
Before the trilliers move away, the charging cavalry could trample them at a rate of 2 increments per remaining movement points.
That's only if they don't. That's only if they don't have anywhere to retreat to.
No, you read it. It's page 22 of 49.
Okay.
They either retreat or they rout. If
Right.
They
They
retreat.
retreated. So,
Right. But retreating is moving away, right?
So we're going to look up trilliers.
29.
Infantry trilliers. Page 21.
Well, it's page 22 explains it second.
Trilliers, which are declared the target of the charge, may retreat before cavalry if they are adjacent to infantry in good order or general order terrain. They must retreat to the aforementioned hexes and do so without giving defensive fire or checking morale. When this option is taken, they stand at the bottom of the hex or in general order. The trilliers do not participate in defensive fire, nor are they combined for melee. Trilliers would be subject to the melee results of the stack. This is not the same as retreat before combat, which would be dealt with later in the rules. At the end of the trillier subsequent movement, they may not be stacked with a conflicting formation. Trilliers may not attempt to stand or form square, blah, blah, blah. They either retreat as described above or rout when the cavalry comes adjacent to them. So they retreated into general order terrain.
Now
The
read
charge
board.
ends.
The trilliers would rout if not adjacent to friendly, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't apply. The second one, before the trilliers move away. They're moving away, right?
No, this is if they are routed. This is where you trample them. So if they rout, they are going to be trampled. If they retreat into a friendly hex or into general order terrain, they don't get trampled. It's only if they were left.
No, it says they either retreat as described in the above case or rout. So it says that. So they're retreating in the above case, so they have those things applied to them.
So, no, it's a case of if they are routed, that is, they don't have a place to retreat to.
Read that.
No, it doesn't say that. They either retreat as described in the above case, which is your retreat into into the woods, or they suffer rout.
Right.
They're
And
not routed.
trampling
They're on
and
22.
so guys, let's look up trampling. So trampling is something that happens in a charge when units are either routed or disordered. Trampling doesn't happen to good order units that are retreating into covering terrain.
I love these rules.
I mean, I've been playing this set for
I know.
a long
I knew
time,
you were going to.
which is why I'm
ignore
telling you
how
this
it's
is not
written.
how it works. So if we go to the bottom section of page 39, trampling, right? Charging
not
cavalry
here under
conducting
Cavalier.
infantry may trample one increment for every 2 movement points. At the conclusion of movement, fire melee cavalry did not recall. It's considered routed. It's so your infantry that's routed can be trampled. These skirmishers didn't rout, so you're not going to trample them. They just retreat back, and then you move forward, and we do combat, right? And you're going to be attacking me. You'll be thirded, but I'll be quartered since I am in tirailleur order. So you're still going to get probably a DD result on me. But they don't get trampled. It's only in the case
Okay.
where they
All
are.
right.
Yeah.
I
so-
knew you.
It
I knew you were
doesn't
going to
say
come up with
about-
that, but it doesn't say that, and I love these. That's what I'm saying. I love these rules because
Sure.
Very badly written.
yes,
Anyways,
Well,
I mean it's
Uh,
fairly specific as they move away, and they're moving away, right?
if you
Into-
guys want,
Well,
want to
so-
eliminate the
so-
charge
but
because it didn't work. If you wanted to take off the charge and not do it under
we'll
these
do it.
circumstances,
Wait,
okay.
no,
okay.
we just want the rule that says that 2 increments per remaining movement point.
Hmm.
That's what it says.
Yeah,
Oh, so-
I know that's what it is, but that's regarding the units that have routed.
Doesn't say that though. It says they retreat as described in the above case, which is retreating before combat or rout, which is
The
a
line
later
before
case.
says they would route if not adjacent to a friendly unit in good order or general order.
Right. So that's letting you know that we're talking about routed tirailleurs. Right? And so normally when you rout, you move away at your regular you'd move away at 10, you're going to move back 10 hexes. Right? So before the tirailleurs would do their route movement, you could then trample them. That's what it's
I got
talking
it.
about in this section.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Okay.
say trampled though.
It doesn't.
Where is the word
Yeah, it
trample?
does say it does say trample.
Page 22.
It does. It does on page 22. It does say the charging cavalry would trample them at a rate of 2 increments per remaining movement points. This
Doesn't say
includes
bef-
the additional 5 movement points the cavalry gets
Oh,
for
I see,
charging.
yeah.
So
It says
it's talking about
It doesn't-
trampling. Trampling is only against units that have routed or disordered. So yeah.
I don't understand that. It doesn't. Now, what would have made that very clear is it said before the trilliers route away.
Yes, or it says before the tirailleurs route movement, right? That would be even more specific. But you know what's really convenient? I happen to know the guys who write these rules, and I can then make a note saying, "Hey, Dennis, let's clarify things, shall we?"
Well, don't go down that path. That's Tom's secret messages from Ed Wimble.
No. These guys, it's a
want
PDF.
that.
It's a PDF. They'll update it, and then when we're playtesting it at Dallas, they'll add the word route movement, and then
Make a
they'll
little-
upload the PDF to the website, and everyone will have the new rules. So,
Yeah.
but that's
I-
it is a good call.
I found a lot of little things reading through this that where missing words or not the right word. Should I make notes of them? And when I'm
Yeah.
visiting you guys,
Yes, that would be
Sure, they
great
would've-
because
They appreciate that.
they really, I mean, Albert and I have been playtesting this series of rules with the different games the Emmy guys have put out. I mean, I've been involved since Austerlitz. I don't know. Did you do anything before Austerlitz, Albert?
Yeah, I was there like a year before, or 2 years before Austerlitz, I
Yeah.
think.
So I don't know what game they would have playtested then. Maybe Leipzig or
Well, I played the Ligny Quatre Bras game that they
okay.
had one year. That was before
Yeah.
Austerlitz.
But I can tell you that they have made a tremendous number of updates to the rules. At the feedback from all of the different playtesters and then probably some other people as well. So it's they'll if you find things, please share it because they will make it. So Robert, go ahead, grab that cavalry unit and plug it
Hold on.
there, and then mark the attack.
Well, give me a second. I want to look at the rules again. Give me a second.
Yeah, the one thing that I notice sometimes is they'll make a change somewhere, and then there's another section of the rules where they didn't notice that they made the change.
Updated. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just. I want to look. Um, so if you retreat before combat, do I have the option to roll for a recall?
Nope. Once you've declared a target,
Change
you are
target.
committed to that target. So that's different than 5th edition rules where you can recall for any reason
Where are
you
the
want to.
Where are the recall rules here?
Where are the recall rules? They are in the charge rules section.
Yeah, I'm looking for them right now. Oh, here it is. Cavalry recall. Page 45.
Yeah.
Cavalry couldn't be controlled. That's really what the units, routes.
So you really only have an option to roll for recall, or you're actually forced to roll for a recall when the unit that you.
That's forced. So I can make a recall anytime I want then, because it doesn't say that you can't do it beforehand.
This is the only place that it tells you can do a recall.
The facing player that is charging will counter enemy infantry, artillery point as target. What's the standard tactical?
I don't have any problem saying you can just call off the charge altogether because you didn't understand the consequences of
We'll
the rule.
we'll go ahead with that
No,
because
no,
we're
I
still
don't
going to
have
hit
a
you into the
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
general order.
yeah,
direction.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a chance to look over the rules this week.
yeah, and they are slightly different than what we've got for 5th edition, which is what you were playing before.
Okay, so you can only recall when something.
Yep. So you can only recall when the unit that you've declared has failed.
Okay.
So
I'll move forward then just one.
Yeah.
And let me move that stuff there. Okay. Then we have our other one.
Sure.
So these guys will go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you move the little marker so we know where you're at?
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
So you're 6.
5, 6. Here.
So that's 7 right there, right? Because you started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
8, where is it?
7, 8.
7.
Okay.
And
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 8. Yeah, 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then
9, 10.
relative to anything. I number everything by 0.5.
Sure.
So that's only 4.
Now he's 4 away. You have a choice. If you at this point you can attempt to do square, right?
Sure, if I wanted to.
All right. So move one. All right. So
So
you're
you're
at 10,
10.
11.
11, 12.
Who do you declare as the target of your charge?
Oh, well, it's kind of obvious, but these guys here.
Okay. We're going to stand. Come on up.
Well,
Okay, so we will make a morale check to these fine Austrians. And let me see what we've got. So we're Austrians in line, so we have a +3 because we like to be in line. And we're being charged while in line, so we have another +3. So that gives us a +6. And our leader is what? He's another +1. So
where's the chart for that? For the
we're looking at cavalry charge morale modifiers. I mean, I printed out a copy from the website.
I don't have that. Okay.
It's the last one on the in the game charts.
Yeah, it says recall, mods, and stacking. Right?
Oh, I see.
Yep. All right, so I've got a +7. So here we go. Let's roll the dice. 22 + 7 is going to get us up to a 33. And we pass. Okay. So that brings the charge to a conclusion.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yep.
The artillery is on top, and it's 16.
Yeah.
Well, why did you use the infantry?
Because the infantry's in line, and the way, I mean, we could roll 2 of them, I guess.
Oh, I was wondering. I mean, with the do you use the? Why wouldn't you just use the top unit's morale?
Well, they have a special consideration here. If the infantry fails, then the artillery sees if it stays, because then they have an entire different sequence of how the artillery would then fight. So if you look at, it's page 43, cavalry charges against artillery, and then they talk about if the guns are abandoned. So that is presumably if the infantry failed, then the guns would be abandoned, and then we would follow whatever the mechanism is there. So rolling for the infantry is more important, because if they stay, then we don't have to worry about what happens to the guns. If they failed, then we'd look and see what happens with the guns.
Right. Okay. Right.
So, all right, it's time for French movement.
Too many variables.
That's not my phone. So, are our French players here?
Yeah, they've started.
Oh, okay.
So put the clock on. I see. I got an 8:42.
All right.
So
We'll have you keep time, Albert.
I'll have them go until it's 8:52.
Regular movement, is it? Oops, what did I do there? Undo. Is there an undo? Yep. in regular movement, is there the same requirement on the two to change a hex face?
No,
Okay.
it's so cavalry during regular movement can change hex facing at no. There's no charge. There's no cost for them. Infantry have to pay one for every hex side facing they want to change while they're moving. So that's a difference between um, 5th edition and Premier.
I'm gonna roll to see if we can limber this artillery that's here. Yeah, okay. Hold on a second. I have a thing with my NVIDIA thing that wants me to share this as a great moment online. I don't think that'll take place.
Maybe it knows something we don't know, Robert.
I don't know. Usually, you know, like when I mow down somebody with something, then it's
Rotate that one trillier in the swamp. Rotate them one more so both hexes face the.
Oh yeah, I do have enough. I can do that.
Yeah.
You're right. I can.
The other guy can't.
I have one more point here, like this.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I do have enough points for that. Okay. And then this didn't. Why is it? Hold on a second. I'm having problems. Okay. Now it's working. Just...
Oh, so actually, these guys have to go into general order.
Okay.
So you can still push forward a hex, but reading through the rules there.
I don't have enough movement points to move them more forward.
But you can fire at a range of 2.
Oh, at half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm reading through it. I'm like, they have to go to general order or adopt the formation of the hex that they're with.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't be in general order in the swamp, so they got to go into the woods.
These guys will go one.
What I was, the artillery I was thinking to hear, but
That's right in front of their artillery.
yeah,
Yeah, but why not just hit their line with it?
well, you can't add into the you can't add into the fight.
I know in fire combat I can, and then we have after that we have melee, so I can shoot at that line with the artillery.
You can. Is that true, Eric?
Yeah, I mean the fire combat. So defensive fire will happen, then offensive fire will happen. So yeah, he can use that artillery piece to fire at the Austrian line that's there right in front of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to shoot at.
Yeah.
Because
Did you have enough movement points for one hex further then?
Well, if he unlimbers in front of me or right adjacent to me, he'd get blasted.
Yeah, opportunity fire, right?
Yeah, opportunity fire. So that's the safest place for him to park his guns.
I'm looking. Park my guns. Come on. Okay. We should not have the 10-minute rule with this because.
No, we've said that we'll give everyone a few extra minutes just because Vassal is a little clunky.
Yeah, and then trying to refer to the rules
Yeah,
online.
no,
I don't have the charts or anything in front of me. I can't.
This is why the battle starts off slow. By the time everyone's engaged, we'll be masters of the rules. So, so
it never happens, Eric.
Albert, it's Valentine's Day. It's all about telling lies to people you love. So, Robert, just to let you know, these guys can't be in there unless they're in Trillier order.
Hold on, I'm texting Laura about that comment. I got that. Hold on.
Oh no, I'm in trouble now.
Yes.
And if they go into Trillier order, you ought to put them in 2 hexes.
Yeah, they need to be in 2 hexes.
Which one are you talking about?
These guys here.
Yeah.
They're not in Trillier order.
Yeah, they can't be in the swamp then.
Oh, they have to be? Okay.
Yeah, so the rule for the swamps here is only Trillier order can be in the swamps.
I don't think I have enough points. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, and then it's +4, so that'll be 6. And then it's 2 to change. So I could do it. Okay. So we'll do that. I thought I didn't have enough. So we'll put them like. Oh, I should just put all the hit markers on the top so you can't see anything. That would be good. Yeah, we should do that.
Okay. That's one way to do it.
Okay. So I got that, and then the rest of the stuff. We got the cavalry moved up. Got all the stuff just sitting there waiting for me to come and blow you up.
Support that a little bit more out there so that we've got more stuff coming in and
Support more on the between the town and the cavalry.
yeah.
Okay. I can move some stuff in column there. Okay, we'll do that. There's that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll use them to follow up. And I like that we don't have man control rules. So that's 4. And what is that called? 6. I can't even check that with anything else.
Want me to move some of this stuff in the backup?
Yeah, if you want to. That would, because you've already moved all your stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we can move this stuff up here.
All right, the 10 minutes with the penalty minutes you've got, let's give them another 3 minutes.
Sure.
Oh, you're magnanimous. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's a baker's dozen of minutes. Albert is nothing if not generous.
All right. All right. Move. Okay. Yeah. That's there. Just we need some stuff still at the town, or the city, or whatever it is, the urban area. And let me move. My eyes are
What's the garden for artillery?
Gardens, 4 for artillery.
Okay, I can't
Yeah,
read.
they're expensive to go
Yeah.
through any of that stuff.
It's because the horses that are pulling the guns want to stop and chew on the roses and eat the petunias and.
Just should have burned it all before we came in. What good French would do.
And that's why we play the peasants.
Eliminate the entire population.
Yeah, exactly. I think the peasants are hiding in the woods. Tried to take as many of their farm animals as they could. And
All right.
head
1
for the
minute
woods.
to go. 1 minute to go.
All right, I'm going to move Napoleon up to attack.
Single combat.
Single combat, yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody brave enough on your side to even take
That
him on.
is quite true.
The King of Austria should do it then.
There you go.
I think we just say Napoleon and the king out there one on one, gladiator style.
Exactly.
Achilles and Hector.
That's it. To give them bronze swords.
I think Napoleon would just take one bronze cannon.
There you go. Put
They've got cannons opposite each other, a couple hundred yards away, loading the guns, shooting at each other. That could be fun.
Just put them in the cannons themselves and shoot them at each other, and whoever has the most pieces left that you can find wins.
All right.
With that comment, we're drawing to a close here.
I think that's a good idea.
That's 13 minutes.
Okay. Cool. So we've got some defensive fire. The only defensive fire we have is these chaps here. So I've got.
You got defensive fire here.
Yeah.
Too.
Where else? Nope. Those guys, because they retreated, they did that move. They don't get to do defensive
that's
fire.
Right. They can't. That's right. They can't for defensive.
Oh, that's different from Premier?
That's different from 5th edition and stuff we'd seen. So these chaps will fire. So I've got 8 times 3. That's 24 plus another 8 is going to be 32. 32 to 6 is 5 to 1. Shifted to 6 to 1 for canister. And let's roll the dice and see what we get. 6 to 1. A 23 at 6 to 1 is probably at least a hit, maybe 2 hits if we're really lucky. Let's take a look at the old chart. Fire chart. Melee results. Fire results. Yep, a single hit.
Ouch.
Oh, actually, how big is your stack?
Oh, 14. So it's...
Oh, so it's going to be plus 5, so that's going to bring it up to a 31 at 6 to 1. That's still only one hit, right? Yep. Okay. So make a morale check.
Okay, so did I just add 1?
Yep, you did.
Okay. I never know because it never shows up. Because of the poorly designed vassal game. Okay, and then we have with our leader, he adds in
He adds in 3. So you have to roll really low to fail.
Oh, they're happy.
They're very happy. That's the roll that I was hoping for my fire. All right, so that's it for defensive fire. It's time for offensive fire.
Alrighty. So we have the Trilliors down here.
Right. So
there's only, so that's 6 times 3 is...
6 times 3 is going to be 18.
18 halved.
Halved is 9, so you've got 9 to whatever my fire defense is in the woods.
Hold on, let me get rid of that assault We're assaulting them actually.
So fire defense of 10. So you're slightly less than 1 to 1. So you're 1.5, or 1 to 1.5, I guess.
At your Grenzers with them, and what's their defense in the woods?
10.
10. Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
No.
Oh, no, nothing there. And then we have the artillery here.
Okay. So they're half dead, so they're worth 6 at short range. And
So
my
that's
fire defense is 7, so same odds.
A little less, yeah. Here we go. Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have any other fire?
No, that's
Okay.
That's it.
I like those. Oh, never mind.
All right. So then we have our 2 charges.
Yep. So which one do you want to do first?
Well, let's start against the Grenzers in general order.
Okay. So you're just, well, whatever your factor is, you're thirded for attacking into general order
That's
terrain.
7.
And I've got 13.
7 to 13.
Yep. So 1 to 2.
Okay. And our leader adds in a +2.
7 times. So wait a minute. Aren't you 26?
We're 22.
Who's
22,
26?
okay.
Yeah.
I think it was 26.
Well, no, we could be 55 if you want, Albert.
No, you know.
Not your age, Robert.
You're
the
close,
melee value.
yeah.
I know. I'm off by a year.
So I think that is a good idea, Eric. The opponents of the age of Napoleon should be all their morale levels should be the average of the age
of the 2 players. Oh, Albert's got to fudge his age there.
I know Albert's only 25, so
Yeah, there you go. I'm the one who's messing up the odds.
That's true when you're thirded.
All right, go ahead, roll
All
your
right.
dice.
1 to 2 with a +2. Here we
Do
go.
we get anything for the charging the last 3 in a straight line? Is there one?
Now I
that's
have
true,
to
we
double
did.
check and see if
Right.
that counts into wood hexes. I know usually you'll definitely get it against the line unit because they're not in square, and those guys did. But getting the double, do you get it if you're attacking into general order terrain? I don't know.
That's a good observation. I'm glad you saw it. Thought of that. Well, no, because it says here, cavalry may not charge into or through dwelling hexes, forests, woods, redoubts, or any other terrain that restricts charges. So we couldn't do this. That's why I was asking about the recall process. Do we just halt our charge then and nothing goes on?
Well, you're not charging through it, are you?
Yeah, but it says may not charge into or through. That's on page 37.
Well, let me take a
Yeah.
look.
I thought you could charge into it. I didn't know.
Yeah, look at 37, the bullet point.
Yeah.
Charge à cheval, the bullet point there, like you above.
Well, why would they say that you're... Let's
See,
see,
it says that?
37.
Cavalry may not charge into or through.
Into
And that's
is
forest. So maybe we can't even do this. Hold on. Of course, maybe they totally neglected to include in the rules what happens if units retreat into terrain that you're in general order, like forest.
I thought. I mean, you're not. You're not. I mean, I'm in general order terrain, so the target is in general order terrain.
I'm charging into forest.
He's definitely charging into forest.
Our horses
So
would be like hitting trees and stuff. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know that you can even do this. Yeah.
But then what happens as a result of us after you retreat? You got to find
Well,
a rule that says what you do.
I would just say that you go back to where you originally were and move.
Well, no. Then
Don't.
we would go with cavalry that can't engage its target is going to rout. But I don't
Yeah,
think
that.
that's really the case. So let's take a look here. You know, just like everything else, we've got a slightly different set of rules. And let's see here.
Okay, here's a second. Here's a second thing that supports this on the chart on page 6. It says charge into town, woods, or swamps not allowed.
And on page 40, it says cavalry which charges they could have contacted an enemy unit and fails to do so for melee automatically routes in the final hex of its movement and stands in place. The unit
Yeah.
does not move away from the enemy. It is possible an infantry unit routes and the cavalry is unable to reach them. The intent is not to have the cavalry declaring charges and then maneuvering around.
So Robert, I think you should take this. You call this particular charge off because we didn't understand the rules, and move him instead if you want to.
Well, unless they were trying to push back my skirmisher. I mean,
Yeah,
if that
but
was
why?
what if that's what their intent was, then they pushed my skirmisher back.
Well,
But then it's
yeah.
at the cost of the cavalry
the cost of a
routing.
routed unit,
Routing in
Hey.
place, which
Yeah.
is,
pretty expensive.
yeah, I would say so. Um,
Well, it's up to you. I mean, we can turn back turn back time. Just we'll get
David?
Cher to sing us a little song.
David, what do you think?
The I'd say just do what we're doing. I don't know.
Let's just see how it works out. You know. I mean, you're routed right there. So what? You've got all that cavalry backing you up, and so.
Let me just look at cavalry recall again 1 second just to see if there's. Yeah, there is really nothing in cavalry recall either. That's
Yeah, with the premier, the way they have the cavalry is once you've declared a charge, you're committed to it, and that's the one thing that's like significantly different from like third edition, fifth edition, where you can kind of willy-nilly do a recall. Somebody forms square, okay, I'm going to recall, and you just keep riding along up and down the line until finally somebody breaks. With this one, if they form square, tough luck, you're charging a square now, so it's a lot different. It's a lot more brutal, but the idea with the cavalry is that it's got that punch there, when and where you might need it. So,
but again, it doesn't make sense for me that if you're charging somebody and they retreat into the woods, that you're not in good order. You can just stop and then be in good order. I don't see that you would.
Well, the idea is that you've chased away these skirmishers, and we go into the woods, and you guys all put on the brakes as you come up to the woods, and the swamp. And
Is
so,
that a routed? Is that a
yeah.
routed condition?
Yeah, well, I mean, for you guys, it just means that you're going to run away and and um, and then just reorganize again. So basically, it's the equivalent of the units gotten out of sorts and in
Yeah.
another turn or so. Because what's going to happen is, okay, they're routed during our turn, and then during your next route recovery, you roll for them to recover, right? And then they'll recover, in all likelihood, right there. So unless something happens, um, that's where they're going to be. So it's only bad if they were like all out on their own, all out on their lonesome. Then yeah, it could be problematic. But they got support. They've got a bunch of units around them, and there's a bunch of your own cavalry hovering out there as well.
Okay. So basically, this is what we'll have then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that.
Right, now they'd still be marked as tired because they charged, but they did not melee.
Probably also a right click on the unit.
Yeah, but it won't let me bring up.
Yeah, you just double click the stack, see, and it separates it. Now you can right click on the unit. And we put a, let's see, yep, tired, exhausted. There you go.
You found it? Oh. That was quick. Okay. All right, let's go to the other one then.
Okay, cool. So this one. All right, so we've got 24 halves, so I've got 12. I've got 12, and you've got what that guy's worth?
What's the other
double?
guy?
38. And then I don't know what the other guy is that's taken a hit. It's probably similar, right? They're both probably very.
Trying to get it out of there. Okay. So it's worth 21. Whoops.
How many increments?
21. So
So it's 3 less. So it's going to be 18. So that's going to be 36. So 36 plus 38 is going to be basically 74 to 12. So we're well into the 5 to 1 range.
How much does it get for the charge increase?
I doubled everything for them. They're just doubled. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we're basically
5 you're at 5 to 1.
With a +3.
And, well, I've got a leader there, infantry leader. So you've got 5 to 1 with a +2.
2. Okay.
That makes a huge difference.
It does. It does.
Roll your
David,
dice. See what you get.
David, why don't you have the honor of rolling?
I don't know if you wanted me to do that or not. You didn't see my
that's
rolling
so
last night.
if it's a bad roll, so I won't ever talk to you again.
All right, here we go. What do I want? High or low on this?
We want you to roll low.
Yeah, I want to roll high.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. 36 plus 2 is going to be a 42. So that is a DR. So I don't have
the
my
best results of both sides rolling. So if I get roll, he rolls, then it's the best one of both of us.
Yeah, I don't have my little handy dandy matrix. I don't think they have got the matrix
I got
here.
a matrix.
Good, but I think a DR is going to.
The matrix doesn't apply to this.
Right?
Yes, it does.
There's
Yeah,
a
because it's
milli
melee.
result. There's a milli results chart right in the thing.
No,
No. But the matrix is the little melee matrix is different.
Matrix is a blue part on the chart.
Yeah, it's on the right hand
And
side if you go.
The 5-to-1 doesn't have any blue on it. So a 40, what was that, 42? That's a DR.
No. Yeah, so then you'd go and you'd look at what DR says. So infantry in good order are going to take an increment and they're going to route away, right?
DR,
and then artillery should be eliminated with a DR result.
Okay, 4. All defenders route, retreat their full movement, and lose 1 increment for each enemy zone of control exited.
Right.
That's the 4. What the 4 says.
Yep. Okay, so that's what will happen to the infantry. Then take a look at unlimbered artillery. That has a DR result.
Unlimbered artillery is a 20.
Which is batteries eliminated.
Batteries are eliminated.
Yep. Okay. So that's what I thought. Okay, cool. All right, so that's going to go to the, well, we can put it up on the dead pile. All right, and these guys, they're going to lose an increment. So where do we go? Increments lost. And then we go to morale, route. Then we have their leader here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool.
All right.
All right, and then you advance into the hex. And you are exhausted. Well, you'd have the same facing you had when you attacked. So so just turn, there you go, perfect.
Oh, we need charge markers on both those guys, don't
Nope, we don't, because there's no bubble or anything like that. They're just marked as exhausted.
Exhausted. There it is. All right.
Well, this one doesn't. It's okay. So it doesn't have different colored ones for.
So that is the only the downside that Tom didn't have an indicator for if it's blue or green.
Right.
Why don't we put let's get a marker. We could probably find a marker. Would be allied or, yeah, we could do an MU marker.
Oh yeah. We got maneuver unit markers. So the French could put a MU on top of the tired, exhausted marker, indicating it happened during the French phase. Yep. And then the Allies, if anything gets tired or exhausted during the Allied phase, we'd mark it then as well. So that's a good idea, Albert. Thank you.
It's a shame they don't have 2 colored sets of these, though. That would be good. Or at least with that line through them, how they.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it was something I might have mentioned it to Tom when we had first looked at it, but he'd gotten involved with another project, so we didn't have a time to really sort it out exactly.
Marks that they can't be attacked during the.
No, it means that when they can get the soonest that they can try and get that tired off of, or the exhausted.
What about the disordered? We got to remember there's a disordered marker under there too.
Well, no, it's a routed marker that should be
or
here.
route it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Gotta remember.
they will, during the reorganization phase, so continuing on with our little sequence of play cards here, we've done our defensive fire, assaults, melee morale recovery, right? And then we have our recovery phase, cavalry readiness. Okay. So at the end of your next turn,
So there's
provided
it's
nothing
like
else
primal-
happens, they're going to have a chance to recover their readiness
but
next
they can
turn.
be attacked still, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They can be attacked. So they're not under a bubble or anything like that. That's just letting us know. And so,
I kind of agree with the idea of simultaneous, so I don't know. But anyways,
Now this just means, okay, so this just means that there's, if you notice in the thing, there's 2 recovery phases, right?
Yeah. This means they get the recovery.
So it's not in the
Fairly.
next recovery. They have to wait one recovery phase. They
Recovery
can't
phase
do it till
until-
the next French recovery phase.
correct.
They-
Yeah, so they're not going to
Not for
recover now. They would recover at the 140 French recovery phase. This is the
As long
120
as-
turn. Yeah.
So as long as they don't move, they only recover half. Is that the same as the other old rules?
Yeah, so the recovery stuff, and this is one of the things that I kind of thought was nicer about the way the premier stuff is when it comes to the cavalry recovery. But they can do it because it's French go, Allied go. They don't have this
Allied
weird...
French, Allied French,
Yeah.
Allied French.
Yeah, so they don't have it where you can, have things changed up like we had with 5th edition. But the idea is, if we were playing this on my tabletop, I have exhausted markers that I've highlighted blue for French and red for Allies. So if the tiredness had happened during the Allied turn, then then during the next Allied turn, even if it was a French unit had become tired, say it did opportunity charge or reaction charge or whatever, then it would recover during the Allied phase. Similarly, say for example I had like countercharged you with one of my units. It would be marked tired with a French flag, indicating that it's tired or exhausted it got tired or exhausted in the French phase of the turn. Therefore, it would recover during the next French phase turn. So it means that stuff is recovering a turn from when it happened, whether it happened in
Right.
the French phase or it happened
Exactly.
in the Allied phase.
Yeah.
So
There's a distinct problem with all of this when it comes to if it's simultaneous movement. We're both doing the same 20 minutes.
but
Right.
it's not really. I mean,
I know,
it's
but
just it's a convention for the game.
I know, but it doesn't make sense that I charge and then you can my charge unit. You can just put artillery and stuff around it and blow it to hell, because it's the same 20 minutes. That doesn't make. Anyways,
I mean, the only way to deal with that differently would be to use a different rule set, and Albert might be able to speak of this because he's played the regs. But that's the only sort of rule set that I know of that might have something.
I would just put a rule that cavalry that's charged in that 20-minute turn, if simultaneous, can't be touched. So,
Oh,
you know,
hey Stigler, Stigler just wrote a note in the chat saying that we need somebody who can make that color code. Stigler, if you can maybe chat with me sometime, and show me how to do that, I can do that.
Well, the Stigler can definitely manipulate Vassal. He's a world-class Vassal guy.
Yeah. That's why I'm like super excited that he posted something there, because he's like, yeah, you can make the color coded tired markers. You can make a red and blue one. So I just don't know how to do that. So maybe Alan can help us with that. Thanks, Stigler, for chiming in on that topic.
Ask him if he can double the melee value of all my units.
I'm sure.
While you're doing that,
Yeah, while you're doing that, let's modify the French counters and let's modify the Austrians here.
And
Give me an address to send a check.
I don't want to get Stigler too excited, but in this system, one rule set does not rule them all.
Yeah, no, I know he's oftentimes chimed in on some of the consim stuff about his unhappiness with the rule sets, or the multiplicity of rule sets with La Bataille.
Just find one you like and go with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. So, but he's a great guy. I really like his videos too. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I actually have seen some of them on dealing with the Vassal program.
Yeah, no, he's
Oh,
got.
yeah.
I mean, I tell people if they want. He says he's not going to take the money. I don't know. Yeah, he's
Send it
got
to
he's
me.
got a really yes. We'll send you the money, Alan, Albert. Okay.
Send me the money. Yeah,
He just
I'll buy
knows
him
he knows how cheap I am, so that's probably it.
I'll buy him a steak next time.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, the French turn has concluded. It's now time for the Austrians to move. So.
The foes of freedom.
Yes, exactly. The enemies of freedom, indeed. So.
Oh,
Okay.
It's time.
You're the
I
Russians
almost told.
and we're Ukraine. I can see this. Yeah.
Is that it? All right.
You're gonna put some economic sanctions on us?
There you go.
Humbug.
All right.
Knowing the Austrians at that time, that wouldn't do much.
We
Yeah.
don't need your stinking. We don't need your stinking banks.
All right. Well, I'm going to do one charge. So let's put the little charge marker here. So we're going to go here. We're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to turn. Let's see. Whoops. 3, 4, 5. We're declaring this guy the target of the charge. 6.
Wait. Whoa, never mind.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't have a. You have a counter charge?
He
No.
doesn't. Yeah, because it's heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry can only get that far.
Yeah.
So,
We can only go 3. We can't do it. No.
yeah. So, okay. So, let's rotate this guy. All right. And we'll just mark that guy marked for combat. All right. You want to start the clock? Albert, you know what to move, correct?
No, let them have a. I'm going to move. The Kagan reinforcements.
Yep.
And the cavalry that's up here on the right side of the map.
Yep. And I'll handle the other stuff that's floating around over here, and then anything else that doesn't get done. So.
Yeah.
It's 7:26. You have till 7:30. Go for it.
Piece of cake. All right. So here we go. Those guys are just going to prolong right there. These guys are going to go right there. Let's see. These chaps are going to come down here. And let's bring 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to step aside for a sec. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a deal. One, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1. Those guys can go 2. They are terrible. All right. Who's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And 1, 2. This guy, get those guys there.
I'm back.
Oh, Robert resigned while you were away.
It's up to me then, huh?
He was feeling intimidated without you there.
Yeah, no, it's
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
oh, on comes the garbage.
Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Remember, you put the maher fry in the front.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Your best units.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Bean fry too. Yeah.
Where's your arrival schedule for these people?
It is on the scenario one. Listing. So they have one that's called. Oh, hey Stigler, we're on La Bataille, the La Bataille Discord server. If you want to pop in and say hi, you're welcome to. I don't know if you're on, but it's the La Bataille series Discord server. Let's see. Yeah, if you go to so the largely historical rules have there's one set of the stuff that's got the French setup and the French order of battle showing up, and then they've got a second one that's the Austrians. Let's see. So it's scenario 1 Austrians os.ae. So at 120 we get the second column and the reserve cavalry, and then we don't get anything else until 320.
We have something coming in, what, at 220 or 240?
The French have reinforcements coming in at 220. You get Sans-Supplice with the 2nd Gross Cavalry Division. And then the next stuff you get's at 420, 520, 540, 620. So most of the stuff is coming in a little bit later. Basically,
that's not what I see. The Imperial Guard coming in at 220.
obviously you have that edited edition of the rules.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we get some more cavalry on 220.
So again, I'm trying to interpret that. Okay, so it's B. Entry point B is what?
So so we show up at entry point B, and then if you look down a little bit, it says entrance definitions. B is Kagrin. So entry point A is the western map edge within 12 of Kagran. Entry point B is Kagran. Entry point C is Brighton Lee. Entry point D is the north edge of the map, 1809. Entry point E is Rasdorf. Entry point F is the east edge of the map. East edge line straight. Each edge straight line to Gross Enzerdorf.
So what's all that cavalry coming in at the upper edge there?
That is the reserve cavalry, which is coming in at section D, which is the north edge by 1809.
All right, I see.
Yeah,
That's
so-
a confusing little chart there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a quick way to turn things around in this game.
Yeah, so that cavalry is the reserve cavalry for the reserve corps. No, it's just called the reserve cavalry, less the hussars. The hussars are already out.
Anybody know the quick way to turn things?
Yes.
You can just do a Control B.
Control-
I think does a
Control
about
B.
face.
Control X and Control Z.
Control X and Control. Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to
Control
turn
Z.
something completely around, Control B will give it an
Gotcha.
about face.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Up to there.
So
Yes,
I
we
already
got a
moved.
bunch
I
of-
already moved the light cavalry that was in the center over by
Good.
Esslinger Hof.
You did? Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Is he doing insubordination towards you, Albert? I mean,
Yes, as usual. As usual.
Yeah, I got.
Eric, is it Eric? You don't do what Eric wants you to do. You get in a lot of trouble.
All right.
True.
Let's
Hard
see.
taskmaster.
Give me a second. I will. I'm going to post a invite to the server.
Eric
Let's see.
totally ignored that. I like that. That was
Yeah. Well, that is one of those things that I have learned. So. All right.
Doing? What's he doing?
I am sending Stigler a invite to the Discord server.
Oh, he's been on there. He's registered on there. I don't know.
Is he? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
thought so.
his what's his call sign is.
I thought he had watched us before on
He might have watched us, but he hasn't been on the server. All right. So Stigler, I just sent you. I think I just sent you a invitation.
Okay.
So
All right.
cool.
Okay. What are you doing with my cavalry? You sent him
I
into harm's way, it
I
looks
moved the
like.
light cavalry back towards the center where we talked about putting them previously.
Like, they're now in harm's way before prematurely.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course.
That's okay.
So,
I'm just curious. How did that guy get there?
oh,
How did one guy
he
get
just
there?
walked right down there. He just walked right there. He didn't charge. He just moved there. So he didn't pass it through any opportunity zones or anything like that.
I mean, we could reaction charge, but at half, right? Because we're
Well, but you
we're
reaction
towards-
charge is if I charged you. I didn't charge you. I just moved my guy.
No, we could have opportunity charge, but we can't because we're disordered, so we can't do it anyway.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
stuck there.
All right. Have you got everything moved, Albert, or you need some more help?
I think everything's moved.
So then all of this stuff is just off the map for the moment?
Yeah, this just laid out so I can see where it is.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, because we don't really have an off-map spot where we can kind of park stuff. So, all right. Very good. So I guess we are at the defensive fire stage. Huh. Okay, Stigler, give me a second. Let me try it again here. Invite people. Use copy button. Send a server invite. Link to a friend. Copy. Discord doesn't really need an interface makeover. Just doesn't work half the time. Well, I don't know. Usually, Stigler, when I send the Discord link to people, it's good for 7 days. So I've had other people join the server. So give it another shot. Don't take it personal. Maybe what I can do is I can post the Discord link as well in the notes for the live stream when we're done, and then we can see what's up.
So you right clicked on your icon for La Bataille, and then
I did. I right clicked on it, and then it's got a little blue thing that says invite people.
Send a server invite to your friend. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's saying the link worked to get me into Discord, but then I log in with it and I get no new server in my list.
Oh.
Huh.
Eric,
Well, I would say...
hey, Eric, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Did you move these guys, the brown guys at Hirschberg?
Hirschstaden. Yeah, I mean, they hardly move at all.
Okay.
They've got movement of 4. They're worthless.
Right, you moved those guys, right?
I did.
Okay, good. All right.
Did you search for them directly?
Yeah, so Stigler, sign into Discord first, maybe, and then do then try the link. I don't know. Or the other thing is, if we know what his Discord name is, then we can search it and send him a invite directly.
Yeah.
So Mr. Stigler, what is your name in Discord? We could try Stigler. Stiglr. Search. Let's see if it comes up. No, it's not giving me anything. Stigler, number 7720. Okay.
Stigler goes by the name the giant squid. One of our followers.
Okay.
That might be better than wolf tone.
So let's see here.
And there's also this guy Bangla, that has a woman's face on it.
Oh, the one that shows up in the
Tony
thing?
Reynolds, but has a woman's face on it.
Oh.
From Europe, I think.
All right.
Who Lons is.
Add a friend.
Can you just put it in the chat? He's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, he is. So I'm sending him a friend request. And then if he replies. I don't have very many friends on Discord because I'm not terribly tech savvy. And he hasn't accepted my... Well, Stigler, I sent you a Discord friend invite. So if you friend me, then I'll be able to invite you to the server. In
Do
theory.
you have comments off?
No, people have got chat in the live stream. So is it not showing in the live stream?
Yeah, I don't see any chat in the live stream.
Well, Well, let's see. I'm not sure.
Sigler's way at West Coast time.
Yeah, he's up in Portland, last I heard. So,
Where do you see the live stream?
So this is how... There's Stigler. All right, I'm sending him an invite to the server. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say.
Oh, there is a chat over there on the side. I was looking for it below. Okay.
Yeah, normally the live stream one. Yep, I'm Doctor Who.
So where is the live stream?
So that's on YouTube. On the
on YouTube. Not on YouTube.
Yeah. So that's what he was watching. We had a couple other people that had tuned in. We had Muzzle Paint, who chimed in early, saying it reminded him of his college years playing these games. He said, "I wish I had opponents today, but your videos scratch the itch." Well, Muzzle Paint, Discord, and Vassal are a great way to find opponents.
Yeah.
So
it's not hard to find an opponent.
Yeah,
There's Stigler. He's online.
he is.
Okay.
So Stigler,
Okay,
we're
join
in
us.
the lobby. Come join us in the
Come in
lobby.
and join us in the lobby, and you can talk.
Well, I'm trying to be as charismatic as possible so I can monetize this.
Is
So,
Says Dead Bob, a charismatic name.
Yes. Yeah. I think there was a character from a Muppet movie, right? Dead Bob.
Charisma says everything.
We're in the lobby. Come join us in the lobby. Oh yeah, you got to turn off your live stream. We're getting feedback.
possible so I can monetize this.
Says Dead Bob, a charismatic.
So Stigler must be in because we're hearing what we said moments ago.
I see him.
Yeah.
Deja vu?
Yeah. So what he needs to do is if you plug in a headset or mute the live stream, then he. Yep. Hey, Alan, how are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Good to
Hey,
see
Alan.
you.
Finally came through. It's very odd. I guess that's why I don't hang out on Discord that often, just because I get so confused.
Well, you're talking to a bunch of other old people here, mostly. I mean,
Don't worry, I live in a state of confusion all the time.
Yeah, I hear you.
but it works really well for what we've been doing. I mean, I think you noticed that we'd had like those big group games last year. We had a 6-person game of Moscow, and so the only way to really manage that was with Discord, where we can go into separate game rooms and we can go to separate headquarters to chat and everything else. So we can, the players themselves can go to it. With Zoom, whoever's the administrator can send people different places on Zoom, but you don't have the freedom to kind of pop in and pop out like you do with Discord. So, well, welcome, Alan. It's good to chat with you a little bit.
Yeah. I used Discord a bit last fall. We were trying to get a 6-player Highway to the Reich game going.
It's a
Mm.
great game.
And yeah, we had all the lobbies set up in separate rooms for strategy meetings and all that. But we didn't get too far. We just found that the game was basically pretty much broken. So yeah.
What was it? Was the vassal module a problem, or was the game
Oh
itself?
no. No, I did the module. I had it spruced up very well.
Okay.
The problem with it was a combination of a couple of integral rule systems. One of which was disruption,
Okay.
and it basically was a death sentence because when you were disrupted, you had 0 combat strength, 0 effectiveness, and you couldn't move.
Mm.
So, and if you were disrupted a second time, you would be eliminated.
Oh,
Which,
wow.
you could send your weakest unit to attack a unit that has 0 strength and 0 effectiveness, right?
Right.
And you're going to disrupt it, right? So you just had no way to recover from it.
Mm.
That was the first thing. The second one was the landing rules weren't penal enough to force the paradrops and the glider drops to use the historical drop areas, which were like very large clearings,
Mm-hmm.
so that you had room for a little bit of scatter.
Right.
So the way the rules were, you could pretty much drop really, really close to
The bridges.
anywhere,
Uh-huh.
and that didn't work out. So the Americans and British were able to drop. I mean, literally on the outskirts of Nijmegen, Arnhem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and with the disruption rules, the first airborne player used what he even acknowledged was a rank exploit in the rules, but it was legal, quote
Right.
unquote legal. And what he did was he dropped a stick of paratroopers right onto the top of the 9th SS Panzer. They start the game disrupted. So they couldn't do anything but just watch it dropped on, and they were eliminated without inflicting a single British casualty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That is broken.
That's
That's
totally
not a
broken.
historical simulation.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, don't give
Oh,
Robert any
yeah.
ideas. He might be looking for French paratroopers here at Aspern-Essling.
I'm going to write in those disruption rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was no fun.
Well,
And
good.
Oh, Robert started the game disrupted. Does that help it?
All right. Well, I think we're at the
And then,
stage.
of course, I get disrupted by about the second hour we're playing. So
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up this turn here. So I think we're at the defensive fire segment. So I don't think you've got anything that's adjacent that can fire. So we would go to offensive fire. And I've just got 2 shots. So these guys here will fire there. They have to because they're adjacent. And then I'll have half of these guys. So I'll have 12 plus 40. So I'll have 52 to 6. That's going to be 9 to 1, 8 to 1. Where are we at? Yeah, 52. That's going to be 9 to 1. Shifted to 10 to 1 for canister.
that's as far over you can go.
That's right. And you've got 13 increments left. So with a plus 4. So 10 to 1 with a plus 4. Here we go. Let's roll the dice. See what we get.
Oh, that's always a good roll. Eric.
Yeah, well, that's 2.
I know you can always pull it off.
Yep. That's it's the Austrians. The Austrians have to be Austrian, even when it comes to the die rolls. So,
blank,
that's the
and,
point blank. So the top unit's going to take the brunt of it.
Oh, both of them?
No, just the top unit. Right? You have
So-
2 units there, right?
So it's not spread out one on each?
No. If it were like longer range fire, it would, because the cannonball is bouncing through the back ranks and hitting the one behind it.
No,
So
no, there's no bounce in this game.
yep. So make a morale check for those poor sods.
Okay.
Certainly
Did I
not
get
at point
everything
blank.
back in the right stacks there? Can you
It looks
see?
like it.
Okay. With Vassal, you never know what's going to be in your stack half the time. Okay. So they're
Yeah, you wanna make an equally intrepid morale check. 23.
20.
Yep. So you're fine because you're what at
26.
25 and your leader adds in 3, so
26,
it's
yeah.
26. So you pass. So, all right. Well, that was that little bit of excitement. So now we have the melee phase.
Killed a bunch of
So now let's look at
So
that
there's-
stack because now I'm charging it. So I'm hitting them in the rear there. Although I don't think that matters against cavalry. I think that's only against infantry that it matters. So you are going to be thirded because you're exhausted.
Okay, so that's. Oh, what is it? So 19. That's going to be 6 for the bottom unit, and then these guys have taken. Maybe there's only 4 left in them. They're 3 points each. That's 12. That's 9. 9 left. A third is 3. So
So we're at 12 and a half, rounded
12.
12.57, so it'd be 13. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And I've got 60.
David, you're an accountant, aren't you?
no, I'm a computer guy.
He's a
Okay.
computer
Well,
guy.
That's numbers too.
All right.
There you go.
So what have you got?
So we got 13.
13 to 60. So that's
4-1.
Yep. Well, we're 4 to half the one if they've got it. I don't know if they've got
I
that
don't
on
know
their
if you're going to
chart.
get that much.
Well,
Half of 15. It's not going.
no, it's 13. He
Only-
said it's 13.
Yeah, but you've only got 8. Well, maybe.
What are we reduced by?
You're thirded.
Third,
30.
because we're
Okay.
exhausted.
Yeah. All right. So that's 13.
60 because you're what?
Because I'm attacking through the rear, I'm improved by 50%. So that it's going to be actually. Yeah, you're right. 4 to 1. That's not enough.
4.5. No, it's 4.5 to 1.
Is there
And
4.5?
Yeah, there's 4.5. So it's 4.5 to 1 minus 3.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, there is a 4.5 to 1.
65. So that's
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
be.
Oh, that's surrender, isn't it? Yeah.
No, but it's minus 3. So that's going to be a DR.
Oh no! It isn't. It's minus 3. So you rolled a 65.
I rolled a 65.
We're
So minus
surrendered.
3. No, because it's not 5 to 1. It's four
Oh,
and a
you're
half to
right.
1, right?
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be DR. So read the melee matrix, what it says.
Melee matrix.
Yeah, he's going to lose 2 increments. One for leaving this hex, one for leaving that hex. And then they're going to route their full movement. And then you have to roll for the leader to see if he's a casualty, since it was a natural 65.
All
Ouch.
defender route defender cavalry. They were in good order, so it's 13.
But not anymore.
Okay. go back 14, and we lose 1.
You're going to lose 1 increment for leaving this hex, and 1 increment for leaving that hex.
2.
And then once you go here, you're free of contention.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we'll put them over there. And then we have to make a leader casualty roll.
Yep. Make a roll for your leader to see if he croaks. So
Where did
roll
he
1
go?
die.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
And he's back there. We'll see if he's still with his friends or like laying on the ground dead. Since we're rolling on a matrix, we got to decide whether they're going to take the red pill or the blue pill before we roll.
Yes, the melee
take-
matrix. Blue pill.
Don't take the blue pill.
Don't take the blue pill. Oh, is that the Viagra or is that the other one? There, yes.
The blue.
I'll roll for this. and we'll
Okay,
see.
go ahead. Roll for your leader. A 4.
Or
It says
that's
arm wound. Roll for number of dies out. A number of hours out of combat. So roll another one. So he's going to be
5
out for 5 hours. So he's going to show up at the 6:20 turn.
Okay.
Just in time for dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then your units have to make a morale check with a -3.
Yet again.
Well, they're making a morale check because
They're already
they.
disordered. So what does it matter?
And routed.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're routed. Sorry, I just
But I gotta get
they're extra routed.
their extra
Wait.
out. Delete this.
Extra routed.
So Marsalat Zach was
Now,
a good.
do I? Yeah, he's a great cavalry commander.
Yeah, he was a good one.
I'm pissed off about that one.
So how many hexes did that unit end up routing?
It routes.
to route
It's
Full
it's
movement.
full movement.
Which is
Oh.
14 hexes.
So he's there, and I got to put a two on him. So he's coming back at.
Yeah, he's going to come back at 6:20.
Well, I got to find a 2 marker.
Right. That's about
Where
the
do I
end of the
find the
game.
number of markers?
And now, how are the losses distributed? The other two, are they don't both go on the top, right?
So with this set of rules, I don't know that it goes into a lot of details about how stuff is allotted with losses. We could probably take a look here and see if it's got anything
I'll
particular.
Just
I think might be the under increments.
I'll be back in a second. I have to feed the cat before it kills me.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Gotta do that, yeah. Cats have long memories.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Where do I find just like an informational marker? How do I pull one?
So if
Oh, I
yeah, up where
see.
next to the cup, yeah, that's where you'd go.
Go to the markers thing. The grand
Yeah.
plus thing.
Losses to fire and melee are always taken from the top unit. Multiple losses due to artillery fire are taken equally. Doesn't say. Mark this down as another thing they can. If unlimbered, it doesn't say
Oh, it
how
doesn't
these
specify
losses.
how. Yeah.
So the earlier one, though,
Yeah, the earlier artillery one would have gone. One of the 2 losses would have gone on the bottom
Right.
cavalry unit.
Oh,
This-
from before?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
I'm just gonna put 2 on this guy here and distribute them. I mean, that's
yeah,
Oh, you got it? Okay.
so it had just 1 hit going into it. So and then they would have taken
he's
2
taken
hits.
1 from the artillery, and then they took 1 more from their retreat.
Yep. So they should each have like what? Do you have 3 hits on them or something? Or one's got 2 hits, one's got 3. Okay, that's perfect.
Should be perfect for you.
Let's see. And so that guy, that's where they ended up, right?
Yeah.
And that this one can.
You can take the French one off. because technically, well, it doesn't matter. The tired marker, because they will be exhausted when they recover good order.
When they recover, yeah.
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 So we
I
don't
just
have to
took
worry
off.
about it. Yeah. Until then. All right. That was my exciting melee.
That was
Exciting attack. So all I've got is this poor sod over here to make a morale check for. The guy who routed. Let's see what he can do. 45. That's going to become a 35. I think he was. And he's got a leader there. He's at 25. He's going to recover. Okay. And let's bingo. All right. And thus ends the 120 turn. We can go to the clock. Move the clock forward to 140. Okay. All right. And it is 8:05. So we've been at this for about 2 hours.
2 hours for one turn.
Yeah. Well, and we did have some chatting and whatnot, and a fair amount of rules digesting. So
It'll just speed up. Or we can just try for 3 hours for a turn next time.
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's the journey that counts, right?
there you go.
Albert's-
Albert is
got
being
it.
very zen. Oh yes, it's the journey.
It's the
So,
journey. As long as it's Scotch induced or
If you wouldn't be you'll be playing something else and just be, or you'd be playing another Labatt game. So what difference does it make, right?
true.
One game's about the same as the other.
yes, in many cases. So, all right. Well, do we want to call it quits here?
Well, unless we do, unless they're just charges, I think anything beyond that would be probably problematic.
I just say let's call it till next week. And
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
let
probably
them-
good. Yeah, because
Let them make their plans,
exactly.
lick their wounds.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and end the stream, and we can still keep chatting, I guess, here, and then chat a little bit with Alan, particularly if he's interested in or has some suggestions on how to make some edits to the vassal module. All right. For those of you that tuned in, thank you for joining us for the